Dear students, in this video we are going to study about block diagrams. In that topic, we'll study introduction and block diagram algebra. So block diagram is a pictorial representation of a given system. It is very simple way of representing the given complicated practical system. In block diagram, the interconnection of system components to form a system can be conveniently shown by the blocks arranged in proper sequence. So the main three elements used in the block diagram are, first one is the block, second one is the branch point, and third one is the summing point. So in each and every block diagram will consisting of these three elements. So we know, let us see what is the block. So the block diagram will be represented like this. So this is a transfer function g of s, that for this input is a and output is b we have taken here. So if I want to see the output here, so output b is equal to a into g of s. So that means a g of s transfer function is equal to b by a, that is output by input. In a block diagram, all the system variables are linked to each other through functional blocks. Now we'll see about the summing point. Summing, as we know that summing point is summing of two elements. So here this is the symbol of summing point. One input a is given to the positive and negative. One more input is given to the negative. So the output of this will be a minus b. The summing point are used to add two or more signals in the system. Next is the branch point. A branch point is a point from which the signal from a block goes concurrently to the other blocks or summing points. So in the diagram you can see this is the branch point. Now we have taken here the block here. So input is a, the output of this block is b is equal to a into g, and the same branch point we have taken here one more line, the output of this also a. So what are the advantages of block diagram? Why we are going for the block diagram? So the various advantages of block diagram representation are, it is very simple to construct the block diagram for complicated systems. The function of the individual element can be visualized from the block diagram. Individual as well as overall performance of the system can be studied by using the transfer function shown in the block diagram. So now in the block diagram, we need to find out the overall transfer function. It can be easily calculated by using the block diagram reduction rules. So in the block diagram, we are having so many block diagram reduction rules. If we know all the reduction rules, we can solve any complicated type of problems. So what are the disadvantages of this block diagram? Let us see. The block diagram does not include any information about the physical construction of the system. Source of energy is generally not shown in the block diagram. So number of different block diagrams can be drawn depending upon the point of view of analysis. So block diagram for a given system is not unique. So now we'll see the simple or canonical form of closed loop system. So this is the closed loop system. So in this both the feedback are written, negative feedback and the positive feedback. So here R of S. This R of S represent the Laplace of reference input. So R represent here reference input, and here C of S Laplace of controlled output. So C of S is Laplace of control output, and here E of S is Laplace of error signal. And B of S is Laplace of feedback signal, and G of S is the equivalent forward path transfer function. So this is the forward path transfer function, and this H of S is the equivalent feedback path for the transfer function. So that is H of S. Now we'll see the derivation of this. So by seeing the diagram, what I can write, E of S is equal to R of S minus plus B of S. So I'm calling this as expression 1. So one more expression I can write for B of S is B of S is equal to C of S into H of S. So now C of S, one more expression for C of S is E of S into G of S. That is error and transfer function. So E of S into G of S. Now here B of S are written as such only, C of S into H of S, and substituting in equation 1. So now while substituting in equation 1, E of S is equal to, here R of S are written as such only. Then here see, in place of this value, that is B of S value, we have written B of S as C of S into H of S. So now E of S is equal to, so E of S is nothing but C of S by G of S. Then C of S by G of S is equal to here R of S minus plus C of S into H of S. So here we are written again, we are writing this expression. So now I need to find C of S. So C of S is cross multiplies this G of S with all the terms in the right hand side. So R of S into G of S plus or minus C of S H of S into H of S. So now next in the both the diagrams you can see, we can see here in the both the expression C of S common I can take. So this is 1 plus or minus G of S into H of S is equal to R of S into G of S. So here my output of the transfer function is C of S by R of S. So this is nothing but G of S divided by 1 plus or minus G of S into H of S. So here we are using the plus sign for the negative feedback and minus sign for the positive feedback. So this is the derivation for the closed loop system. So now we'll see the block diagram, rules of block diagram. So rule 1 is combining the blocks in cascade. So you can see here two blocks are in cascade. I need to combine these two blocks into one block. Since both are in series, so I can write it as G1 and G2. So you know A is the input and output is A, G1, G2. So next one is combining the parallel blocks or combining the feed forward path. So you can see here two blocks are there and it is connected to the summing point and both are positive. So these two are parallel. So the output of this will be AG1 plus AG2 is equal to, if I take A common, it is G1 plus G2. So A is the input. And here I can convert these two into one block because these two are in parallel and both are positive. So I can write it as G1 plus G2. So A of G1 plus G2. So moving the branch point ahead of the block. Next one is moving a branch point ahead of the block. That means this branch point I need to shift to this point. So with this diagram, what output I am getting here is, it is A into G and here it is A. So now we can see here same output I need to get here. So first I'll finish this step. So A is the input, it is applied to the block G and output is A into G. So one more output I need to get it as A. So I need to move this branch point ahead. So I moved this branch point ahead. So here the output will be A into G. So but finally I need to get A output. So if I multiply inside the block, if I write 1 by G only, I will get A here. So A G into 1 by G is remaining value is A. So next rule 4, moving the branch point before the block. So moving the branch point before the block. Now I need to move the branch point here. This before the block I need to move. So this is my output what I am getting, AG and AG. So now see same diagram I am writing once again. Ahead of the block I am moving the branch. Before the block I am moving. So if I write here block, A is the input, A into G, AG is the output, and here also input is A only, A into G, output is A into G. Now moving the summing point ahead of the block. Now I need to move the summing point ahead of the block. So now both the inputs are plus and plus. It is applied to the transfer function. Then the output will be A plus B into G. So here you can see now I moved the summing point already ahead of the block. Here I written here. So now input is A. So it is applied to the transfer function G and output is AG. And one more input we have taken it as B. And it has given to G here. So output will be B into G. So again we are connected a summing point. So here AG plus BG is equal to A plus B into G. Now we'll see the rule 6, moving the summing point before the block. So now moving the summing point before the block. So now we'll write the first summing point before the block and we'll write the block here. So here we are having two inputs. Same thing we need to write A applied to the summing point and B is given to 1 by G. If I give to 1 by G, output will be B by G. And here since it is a summing point, I need to add A plus B by G. And this should be multiplied by the corresponding transfer function G. So I'll get the answer as AG plus B. And interchanging the summing point. Now I need to interchange the summing point. First I'll interchange the summing point and we'll see first A is the positive input and here C is the negative input. So C is the negative input. So output of this will be A minus C, and one more B letter I need to write it because we are having A plus B minus C. So one more summing point I have written and the B value is positive. So while writing here I will get A minus B plus C, or else I can write A plus B minus C. Now next one, splitting the summing point. So this is the way of splitting the summing point. Then combining the summing point, two summing point we combined here. And here the elimination of the feedback loop. So this is a positive feedback. So G divided by 1 minus GS. So yeah, I told already, if we know the positive and negative feedback, positive and the negative feedback already I showed. If we know that the formula, then any type of complicated problems we can do it. So these are the steps to do the block diagram reduction problems. These are the steps we need to follow. So whether we need to see whether it is parallel, series, and overall transfer function we need to find after